Okay, we're going to go from this pose to lying down on our backs with our knees bent. Take a few breaths here. You're going to try to get your feet, your knees bent like to a 90 degree if you can. We're going to be doing some bridge pose. So you want to see if you can get your fingers to your heels, and you can just slowly bring your hips up. And if you want to get that the left shoulder underneath and then the right shoulder underneath, bring your hands together. Let's do some breathing. Okay, come back down. Now take your knees to the each side of your mat, the end of each side of your mat, and do some windshield wipers with your knees to release our back from that bridge we just did. Okay, bring your legs back. Let's do another set of the bridge. So make sure your feet are straight. Make sure your knees aren't going in. Your knees need to be as straight as they can. And go ahead and bring yourself back up. And again, if you want your shoulders, you want to clasp your hands, you don't have to do that. That's just an extension on the pose. Okay, we're going to come back down from that. And this time, you can just bring your knees together. That's also a good release from this pose. I'm going to take a few breaths here. And then this is our last set of bridge. So, if it's in your practice, and you can do it safely, you may do a wheel at this point. I'm going to stick with bridges though. So go ahead and bring your hips up and get some good breaths in. Long inhales and exhales. Come back down. Let's put your legs straight out in front of you. And then everybody kind of roll to the side, to your right side. Use your hand to bring yourself up. And then we need to sit with our legs straight out in front of us. I'm going to start our cool down now. So we're going to do staff pose first. So we need to have our legs straight. Our feet need to be flexed, like your toes are trying to reach back to you. Put your hands on either side of your hips and take some breaths in. Nice. Now, you can raise your arms above your head, but we're going to be doing the same thing that we've been doing standing almost the entire vinyasa practice, and that's forward folding, only this is a seated forward fold. So just make sure that your spine is straight and your hands land wherever they land. If you can have your hands on your feet, that's fine. Some of us have very short legs and it's easier. Take 5 breaths here. Okay, let's bring in that right knee to a 90 and put your foot right up against your thigh. And this is called the head to knee pose, but if your head doesn't get to your knee, that's not a big deal. That's like a goal. So you can bring your arms up again. if you'd like to, but just make sure that you have a straight back as you're coming down. Nice job. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Bring the left leg in and bring the right leg out. Make sure that right foot is nice and flexed. Bring your arms up and back over. Come back up. Go ahead and let's take our legs out for a minute and just kind of shake them around a little bit. And then I'm going to have you bring both of your feet together in Dandasana. And in this pose, we're trying to open our feet like a book, but the blades of our feet are still touching. So our toes are reaching out, but the blades are still touching. And you need to sit up with a nice straight spine. Feel as if you have a string pulling you to keep you straight, and then you're going to go forward with that nice straight spine as far as you can. Okay, come back up from that, and this time you're still going to do the same motion with your feet. The blades are still going to be together and you're still going to be opening it like a book. What changes is, instead of nice straight spine, we're rolling in. And the goal of this pose eventually is to get your head to your feet. Go for it if you think you can do that. I'll try, but I'm not sure. So breathe in. Take some breaths here. Come back up, and I'm going to have you lay back down on your mat in this pose. So you would be like this. Can't even see me of it. Take a few breaths there. And now I need you to go ahead and straighten your legs as you're laying down. You need to bring your right knee into your chest. Try to get it more over towards your armpit. Let's take some breaths here. Now, bring your left knee into your chest or into your left armpit. Now take your hands and reach to your feet, and you're in happy baby. So stay in happy baby. And you can sway from side to side in happy baby and take a few breaths here. Now let's go ahead and bring our knees to our chest. Give yourself a good squeeze and thank yourself for all the hard work you did today. This was a hard class and you guys did a great job. Now we're going to do one more thing with our knees bent. We're going to take our knees out to the right side. You can bring your arms up into a T. This is an alpine twist. If you can, you really should try to open up that left arm and feel that extra stretch. And you can even turn your head to the left. Take some breaths here. Okay, now lift your knees back up. Let's take one breath here. And put the knees down on the left side. This time you're going to try to open up that right arm and look over to the right. And let's breathe. Okay, bring your knees back to center. Stretch your legs out. We're ready for Shavasana. So for Shavasana, you should get as comfortable as you can. If you have a bolster or a blanket, you may use those to help you get in a comfortable position. You can put the bolster underneath your knees, and that usually makes you more comfortable. If you like just laying out Shavasana, you need to go ahead and just lay down. Bring your legs out as wide as the mat. Bring your arms out next to you with your palms up to receive all the good energy that you've acquired from your practice today, all the poses, and let them integrate into your body. Now slow your breathing down. Try to fall into the natural rhythm of your breathing. Be very proud of yourself. That was a good practice. Okay, we're going to start coming out of Shavasana just by moving our hands a little bit. Start with your fingers and your toes, and then your wrists and your ankles. Start bringing movement back into your body. We're going to go ahead and turn over on our right side. Take a moment here. And then use that left hand to bring you back up into a seating position. Let's get into whatever seating pose you enjoy. Easy pose is very, very wonderful. If you have a half lotus, you can do that. Let's keep our eyes closed down. And take a moment to thank ourselves and our bodies for doing this work today and helping us with the journey of becoming less and less stressed in our lives. And we can do that by turning inward and using yoga to help us get there. Let's do 3 cleansing breaths. So breathe in and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in and breathe out through your mouth. We didn't do an Om at the beginning of the class, but we can end the class with an Om. If you choose not to do that, that's fine. But if you'd like to, please bring your hands to your chest. Let's do 2 more. The light in me honors and respects the light in you. Namaste.